Hi guys, I'm Chelsea with Ascend Your Asana, and today's tutorial is all about side crow. So if you haven't checked out my posture tutorial on how to do crow pose, that's a great way to start if you haven't quite mastered this posture yet. Otherwise, having that crow pose foundation is really important for mastering side crow. So feel free to check that out before you do this tutorial if you think you need a little refresher on the pose. Otherwise, if you've mastered crow pose and you're ready to try side crow, then let's do it! Feel free to grab a block. We're going to be just showing you kind of how to use a block to assist you in this posture, and then we'll be pulling the block away for the full posture. And again, this is just a tutorial, so I'm not going to go into any strengthening drills, but as always, you want to warm up your wrists and warm up your body before practicing arm balances. Really get those wrists nice and warmed up. Since you are putting your full body weight into your arms and into your wrists, it's really important to warm them up so you're not injuring yourself. But let's get started. You can place a block about, 7 inches to the side of your knees and kind of out in front. We're going to be using that as a shelf for our free shoulder to kind of help us in this posture. So we can start out crouching kind of on our knees. We want to think about placing our right hand down and inhaling our left arm up and over, and then tucking it into the side of the right knee and right leg. So a lot of people, when they learn crow pose or side crow pose, they learn to put their hands facing one way on the mat and their toes are facing the other. And I've actually learned it a different way, which I find a lot easier and or just easier to maintain and gather proper form in the posture. So for me, I've learned to place my fingers pointing in the same direction as my feet. And that really builds a solid foundation for the pose, since all you gotta do is kind of lean and lift. So we'll be inhaling our left arm up and over, tucking it, placing your right arm just behind your block here, and then your left hand shoulder distance apart. You may need to walk your feet out just a bit. Think about bowing out those elbows and wrapping those triceps like we talked about in my crow pose tutorial. And we want to get it so our weight's in our left foot, or not our weight, but we're pressing through the left foot so we can kind of pop up that right foot. So we don't want any weight in our right foot, so it's free dangling. We want to think about popping it up. Deep inhale here, and exhale, bend, bringing that weight up, tucking those feet in towards the butt, sinking those elbows down. At this point, you can use your block to kind of help yourself, prop yourself up into this pose. Bring your gaze forward. Breath here, puffing through the back of the back, and then drop down. Ta-da! So a lot of people, when they're doing side crow, they kind of put their booty into their other arm. So like how I'm resting it here, and we want to avoid that. All your weight should be in the hand closest to your legs. So using the block as support in this posture is one great way to learn the pose, being able to support yourself so that you can keep that weight out of your free arm. So we'll try it on the other side. Bring that block out just a little bit. Bring your left hand just behind the block. Walk your feet out a bit. Inhale your right arm up and over, tucking it in. We want to think about arms shoulder distance apart, pressing through the index finger mound in our hands, fingers wide and gripping the mat. Kind of bring your booty up, kind of resting your weight into that right arm. And again, we want to think about free floating foot here. See if you can bring that weight up, drop that shoulder down, drop that shoulder down onto the block if you need to, tucking those feet in towards the butt, gaze forward, and then back down. So not so hard, right? Okay, so now, if you've mastered it with the block, let's see if you can master it without the block. helps with placement, but okay, so bring your right arm out, fingers wide, pressing your weight into the index finger mound. Inhale your left arm up, tucking it in on the outside of the leg, bringing your hands shoulder distance apart. Bow out that elbow and wrap it in, wrapping that tricep. Bring your booty up, drop that weight into your left hand. Kind of suck that right foot towards your left foot. Inhale, exhale. Bending those elbows, tucking those feet in towards your booty, puffing up through the back of the back. And back down. I always get out of breath. I can't talk when I do these tutorials. I apologize. But that's as simple as that. If you're still finding trouble, if you're still having trouble with this pose, always go back to your foundational posture, which is regular crow pose. And then just keep practicing. The more you practice, the better you'll be, the stronger you'll feel, and the more comfortable in this posture you will be. So don't feel bad if you can't master it right away. That's completely okay. Just keep practicing. And I will see you on the mat next week. So thank you guys.